Hi, and thanks for joining us for our show, The New Normal, with reports from around the world, thanks to our correspondents deployed on all continents. This week, we'll be taking you to Japan, Cameroon, Mexico, and France, where free and in some cases mandatory COVID-19 testing is in place in all airports for those arriving from one of the 16 countries considered high risk. But some are saying that this move is too little too late, with other countries in the world adopting much stricter measures. So is this enough to protect French borders, prevent a further spread of the virus? Luc Schrager and Juliette Montilly have this report from Roissy-Charles de Gaulle Airport.
Welcome to arrivals at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. Felix and his little sister have just arrived from India.
On y va?
Pas très loin.
Pas très loin, promis. J'essaye de faire vite, ok?
The kids have barely set foot back in France.
1, 2, 3, j'ai fini. Bravo!
And they need a test for COVID-19, along with the rest of the family.
C'est un peu plus que du chatouillement. C'est même relativement désagréable, mais bon, c'est court et puis voilà, ça va quoi, ça vaut le coup. Parce que quand même, c'est des vols de rapatriement, donc c'est pas non plus des vols normaux. Bon. Donc c'est un peu normal qu'on dise aux gens, bah faut le passer.
Just like Felix and his family, around 1,000 people a day have been volunteering to take a test at this temporary centre. For some, though, it could have been better thought out.
Mais c'était qu'à partir de 9h du matin. À 9h du matin, ils arrivaient à 5h30 du matin. Donc il y a énormément de gens qui se sont plaints, ils sont partis, ils n'ont pas fait le test.
The organisation Public Assistance Paris Hospitals has been running 3 testing centres at Charles de Gaulle, all free on arrival.
Donc en termes d'organisation, on a une première partie, l'enregistrement des passagers, où on a besoin impérativement de tout ce qui est date de naissance, mail et téléphone portable, pour qu'ensuite ils reçoivent les résultats par mail. Et ensuite on a la deuxième partie prélèvement. Il faut se dire que ça dure à peu près 3-4 minutes pour l'enregistrement et 1 à 2 minutes pour les tests PCR.
Passengers from 16 countries on a red list will have to undergo testing. If the result comes back positive, all passengers on the flight in question will be contacted by regional health agencies and asked to take a second test, as well as a period of mandatory quarantine.
Now to Japan, where despite COVID-19, bars are still attracting large numbers of customers, including fans of idols. Idols are young women and girls who perform in sexy outfits in front of much older male crowds. There's an estimated 3 million such fans in Japan. Critics say the phenomenon borders on paedophilia. More with this report from our correspondents Caroline Gardin and Vikram Singh.
It may look like a high school performance, but this is a paid concert in a basement in Shibuya, Tokyo's party district. The audience is almost entirely male, and they're all here to cheer their idols. In Japan, the term is used for pop music starlets idolized by their fans. Most idols combine a simple recipe for success: sexy costumes paired with an innocent, childlike charm. There are more than 10,000 idols in Japan, like Rina, who has been in the profession for about a year.
今日は女子高生のお客さんの顔をよく見て、何を求めてるのかなとか、ここで目が合ってるからですしようかなとか、そういうのを考えながらやってます。バイバイ。
ちょっとまだやっぱ久々だったんで、そうまだちょっと時期もあったので、やっぱりちょっと抑え気味にはしてますね。そう今のこんなもんじゃない。そうこんなもんじゃない。もっとすごいです。
やっぱ近くに感じるから余計に盛り上げますよね。
A phenomenon that's attracting growing criticism as the idols keep getting younger. In this group, they're 11 to 13 years old, and most of the fans are the same age as their fathers. After the concert comes the moment the fans have been waiting for, a chance to meet their idols. For 25 euros, they get a signed photo and 1 strictly timed minute to speak to the idol. These photos are for personal collections, but they are sometimes shared on the internet. Many fans end up spending large amounts at these meetings, like this man who spends more than 500 euros per month.
難しいですけども、女子を貫いて女子力が非常に高い。
そういったところがすごい魅力っていうか。
生物学的に一番美しいのは12歳頃ってよく言いません？ここから大人になるかならないかのちょうど狭間ぐらいが一番光って見えるような気がする。
These feelings border on pedophilia, but the men claim they have no sexual attraction, just an idealized admiration for these young girls. According to their parents, there has never been any incident of fans misbehaving with the girls. To better understand how the idolization of young girls has become a collective fantasy, we head to Akihabara, in the heart of Tokyo. Everywhere you look, there are images of female characters from video games and mangas. Hypersexualized, but with a childish air. Like these girls dressed as maids to attract clients to bars and shops. However, according to this producer of idol concerts, fans are driven less by sexual fantasies and more by a desire to become children again.
子供を持つっていうこと自体がやっぱり日本は結構難しい時代になってきているの。それは経済的にも難しいし、結婚する率もすごく下がってきているので、ストレスがすごくやっぱり多いところで働いてたりとか、人生を生きていたりするので、踊ってるアイドルに合わせてそのフロアにいるお客さんたちも子供っぽい振りをずっと一緒にこうやってたりとか。
In a country with growing numbers of single people, there are more than 3 million idol fans.
Once again, the world of sports is rocked by allegations of sexual harassment. This time it's in Cameroon, with the Karate Federation coming under fire for failing to protect minors. Young girls who are saying that they were abused psychologically and physically by their coach. The Sports Ministry has ordered an internal investigation. Our correspondents in Yaoundé have this report.
He got up. He tried to lock the door. That's when he tried to hug me, grab me. I was upset, embarrassed by everything.
Still traumatized, this 19-year-old prefers to remain anonymous while recounting how her coach allegedly sexually abused her. At the time, she was a member of the Cameroon Karate Federation's female team. She says she resisted her trainer's advances 2 years ago.
Because I refused to give in, he put me aside. That is after I got a message telling me, I warned you. All I want now is justice.
In incidents that date back to 2012, altogether 5 young women say they were sexually abused by their karate coaches. All want to remain anonymous. This law professor, who also practices karate, helped uncover the scandal. After raising the alarm, an association of black karatekas asked him to head up an internal investigation. In a report released this month, he accuses senior officials of the country's Karate Federation of turning a blind eye to sexual assault.
These accusations are the result of a stalemate. Sexual violence is an ongoing phenomenon in the karate discipline in Cameroon. But over the years, the phenomenon has grown, and it's become a normal practice.
Master Emmanuel Wakam, the man who has led the Karate Federation for a decade, is the main focus of the abuse allegations. 2 athletes have accused him of attempted rape and sexual harassment, which he denies.
I will never commit these heinous acts that destroy humankind.
Emmanuel Wakam declined our request for an interview. He has filed a claim for defamation against his alleged victims. Meanwhile, the findings from the Karate Federation's internal investigation have been submitted to a separate judicial inquiry, and its outcome will affect whether any formal abuse charges are eventually brought.
More than just a sport, lucha libre is an integral part of Mexican culture and traditions. This form of wrestling is hugely popular with its colorful masks. COVID-19 has had a devastating impact on the sports business, and the virus has killed several big names in lucha libre. More with this report from Mexico City with Mario Carbonell.
As Mexico is being hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, Lucha Libre, the world of Mexican pro wrestling, is also in mourning. Coronavirus claiming the lives of more than 30 wrestlers. Rings remain closed and long-term economic hardship is settling in. An entire sector finds itself against the ropes. El Fantasma, president of Mexico City's Pro Wrestling Commission, has been fighting relentlessly to collect donations, food and medicine for masked colleagues most in need.
Les quiero comentar que la situación en la lucha libre está crítica. Está muy mal, habemos compañeros que no tenemos ni para comer.
Even wrestlers who've made it at an international level, the likes of Tiger Casas, who has fought in rings across the US, France, and Japan, even them are showing signs of great vulnerability.
Yo soy un luchador que me pude prevenir afortunadamente para cualquier eventualidad, pero va a llegar el momento en el que si esta pandemia no se compone, pues también llegará ese momento en que no sabré de dónde poder subsistir.
Lucha Libre historian Christian Simet points out the essential ingredient which defines Mexican wrestling, one that goes beyond a sport, beyond a show. It's that ringside fervor and involvement of the audience. The pandemic makes this impossible right now.
¿Por qué? Porque la lucha libre es un deporte de masas. Entonces, yo no me imagino una Arena México vacía teniendo una función a puerta cerrada. O sea, ese contacto entre el público con los luchadores, con la lucha libre, con el referee, creo que es importantísimo.
Fans are also enduring the pandemic, but their passion and generosity might end up saving Lucha Libre. The outcome of this fight is uncertain. It's up to the audience to fly to the rescue of their beloved masked heroes and write a new page in the legend of Mexican wrestling.
That's the end of our show. I leave you with some pictures of a stunning and inhabited island in Micronesia. A desert island until 3 sailors drifted and found themselves stranded there in the western Pacific. They went missing for 3 days until US and Australian military aircraft spotted the giant SOS message they had written in the sand. Thank you all for watching. See you soon.